All right, so there are two best times to actually core aerate your lawn. The first being fall. Fall is going to be the best time to go ahead and core aerate your lawn, early fall. You want to make sure you're core aerating at least once every other season. You do not have to do this process every year, but every other season is good for your lawn's overall health. After you go ahead and core aerate your lawn, you want to make sure you're going ahead and throwing down your grass seeds and your fertilizer. That's going to help your lawn go into dormancy, wintertime, at full health, got more airflow because you're poking the holes, you're taking the cores out, but you want to make sure you leave the cores on the lawn. They're going to break down, add more nutrients into your soil, so your lawn will thrive throughout the winter and be ready to pop back in early spring. Now, you can go ahead and aerate your lawn early spring. You know, it's ideal to do it in the fall, but if you can't do it in the fall, you can come back early spring, do the same process. Core aerate, fertilize, overseed. But this process right here is going to be a lot harder because you're racing against time, because you got summer coming up. So you want to make sure those grass roots establish and are ready to handle that summer heat, because it will burn out quickly if they are not ready for that summer heat. So that's why fall is more ideal for core aeration. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get that done every other season. And it's a simple process. The machine is very, very grueling, but it's a simple process. Like I said, you're going to do it every other season. This is how I took my yard from crap to what it looks like today. When I first went ahead and got this yard, it was very hard. The soil was compacted and it couldn't do nothing with it. If you threw down grass seed, it wouldn't root down because the soil is just very compacted, because nobody's done this process, like I guess since before I even got here. It looked like it was never done. So I went ahead, started core aerating, overseeding, fertilizing, and I did it every other season and built on top of that every year. And that's why the lawn looks like what it is today. So make sure you go ahead, you're core aerating at early fall. Now, if you can't, go and do it early spring, but early fall is ideal. Make sure you're overseeding, fertilizing, and deeply watering. That's very, very important also, because now that the soil is exposed, you're going to be able to get a lot more water deep down just because you're pulling out those cores. So make sure you're core aerating at least once every other season, and you'll be bringing your lawn health up to par. If you have a thatch problem, core aeration is perfect. It's going to break up that heavy thatch layer, allowing your existing grass to root down deeper, along with you overseeding. So if you got thatch, don't worry about it. There's no need to dethatch before core aerating, but some people do, because I know I've done it in the past. Dethatched like 2 weeks before, came back, rented the core aerator, core aerated the yard. But core aeration is the last step of the season. It's going to be your best step of the season. But like I said, it's going to break up a lot of that thatch, allowing the grass to root down deeper, promoting stronger roots. And that's how you're going to be able to allow your grass to survive those summer heat waves, because you got strong grass roots because it's rooted down deeper. So core aeration is good for dethatching also. Now, it depends on how often you use your lawn. You probably might have to core aerate every year. If you somebody that always in the yard throwing parties, people running back and forth, your soil can get compacted down. That's the whole point of core aerating, to loosen compaction. Now, you could use those liquid aerators and stuff like that, but that's a short-term supplement that's not going to help long-term. It's nothing like the mechanical aeration machine. And I'm telling you, you're going to see a big, big, big difference in this process. The first thing you're going to do when you go ahead and start renting these machines, make sure you go there with enough time. I rented my machine from Home Depot. Now, they got two machines. They got this big one with the one drum, and then they got the one with the 4 wheels. I recommend the one with the 4 wheels because it's easier to maneuver. They both are heavy. They both are like grueling on the actual person. It's a lot of physical labor turning these things, but the one with the 4 wheels is a lot better. But when you go ahead and you start to rent these things, make sure you go ahead and put your name on the list early enough, and do a reservation, because a lot of people at the same time are thinking the same thing, and possibly run out and you're not going to be able to actually rent the machine. So go ahead, put your name on the list early enough. Now, when you go ahead make sure you're going vertical and horizontal with this machine. You want to make sure you get the whole yard. You want to get your money's worth. If you're renting it for 4 hours, you keep it for the full 4 hours. Make sure you go up, make one pass, come back, make a second pass, make a third pass. That's what I did in my yard. Make sure I covered all ground, because you're doing this process maybe once a year or once every other year. So you want to make sure you're doing it right. You're not leaving nothing undone. So now when you go ahead, throw your seeds down, you throw your fertilizer and your water, everything is going to be penetrating a lot deeper, and you're going to see the results. I'm telling you, when you're doing this process the right way, you're going to see the results. There's nothing like it. Your grass is going to be greener. The soil is going to be a lot softer. You're going to be a lot more manageable. You feel it on your feet when you walk in the soil. Now, when you got compacted soil, you're going to feel it. It's going to be real hard. It's going to be dry, because a lot of the water is not getting down deep into the soil. So aeration is very, very important part of the overall health of your lawn. So hope you guys taking these tips. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Hey, take a look at the yard. The proof speaks for itself. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Take a look at my core aeration video. I got a couple on the channel, and I'll be back with another video. So stay tuned.